tuned in to Just Black with Melody. I have had the opportunity to speak with one of the ambassadors for Burkina Faso, and he has just informed me that Burkina Faso is offering citizenship to the diaspora. Stay tuned because we're getting into the full details right after this. A big shout out to Neocolonialism, one of the ambassadors for Burkina Faso. Not only did he just reach out to me to inform me that citizenship is now being offered to the diaspora, but he shared video footage from a conference that he attended at Burkina Faso. And it was at that time that new ambassadors were appointed. Let's take a look at this video.
Take a listen at this epic exchange that the Burkina President Captain Ibrahim Traoré had with a delegation from the African Institute for the Development of the Diaspora, that's led by Ambassador Dr. Arikana Chihombori-Quao, as he hosted him at his presidential palace in Ouagadougou on the Tuesday of May 7, 2024, with the theme of this exchange being Emancipation of Africa and Awakening of Consciences.
Being here in the country of the upright man is a dream come true. To President Traoré,
Your Excellency President Ibrahim Traoré, being here on the land of Burkina Faso today is truly a dream come true. The land of Thomas Sankara, and we see in you the reincarnation of Captain Thomas Sankara, and we are convinced that you are here to complete the work that they had already started. The work that they started in the 60s when they formed the Organization of the African Union to give a voice to Africa and to unite Africa. We think that what is happening today in the Sahel, in Mali, in Niger, and in Burkina Faso are not coups d'etat, but a revolution, and the revolution to unite Africa, and Africa must unite, and we are convinced that this revolution will go beyond the borders of the Sahel. Mr. President, you have shown us that it is possible to chase away the looters, to safeguard the land of our ancestors for our children. We are here today, Mr. President, for 3 missions. The first mission that brings us here today is that, Mr. President, I am bringing with me a delegation of descendants of the diaspora, and among them, there are descendants of Africans who were sold to slavery almost 400 years ago. Among them, there are also Africans who live abroad, in the United States, Australia, Europe, the Caribbean, Latin America, and many other African countries.
En Europe, dans les Caraïbes, en Amérique latine et dans plusieurs d'autres pays africains. Parmi ceux de la diaspora,
among those from the diaspora, there are some here this morning who, it is their first time to set foot on African soil. They bring with them the spirit of their ancestors, so that they can finally rest in peace in the land of Burkina Faso, of Thomas Sankara.
Dans la terre du Burkina Faso de Thomas Sankara.
The second reason why we are here, Mr. President, is to give you our support and say that we are with you. You are everything we hoped for and we wanted from a president. Mr. President, when we were preparing to come here, we were told that we should not come to Burkina Faso, that there is a red line, that Burkina Faso is at war and it is not stable, that it is not secure. But I reassure you, Mr. President, that we came to Burkina Faso, and we are proud to be here today, to see the work that has already been completed by you, the people of Burkina Faso. Then it is normal, and it is our responsibility to be here this morning, to tell you, Mr. President, that we are here, we support you, we are with you, and we are capable, and we are competent, and we want to help. And the third mission for which we are here today, Mr. President, is precisely to ask how can we support your leadership in this transition. Among us, there are experts like engineers, architects, doctors, businessmen and many others. And all we dream Mr. President, is to bring our capabilities and our expertise to help build Burkina Faso, our Burkina Faso, and to help build the united Africa that we dream of.
So we are here. Our third mission is to see what can we do, Mr. President, to play our part in building the Burkina Faso we want.
On his part, this is what the impressed Burkina leader had to say in his speech. I am moved and very happy to see you here in Burkina Faso. Since the SNC events, it is more than a pleasure that you chose to come here to Burkina. They surely told you that it is an unvisitable country, they told you that it's death here, it's war, there is only negative things, and Burkina is called black. That here, only blood and weapons flow, that's what is said elsewhere. Thank God you arrived safely. You were able to be in Bobo Dioulasso. You've lived with us. Our culture is what binds us Africans. You were able to commune with many other nationalities who came to celebrate with us. Everything went very well. Now you are in Ouagadougou, and I hope that you are very well received, very well housed, and that you managed to commune with your brothers here. This is an important message that you are sending to everyone, and now you will be the ambassadors of this message when you are at home. That Burkina is very friendly. We live in Burkina Faso. What they want to make people believe is not Burkina. This is what they draw to get people to flee Burkina, and they depict all of Africa like that. For them, Africa is misery. Africa is famine. Africa is war, but it's them who are responsible for this war. We need to unite, but they have always been there to divide us, to be able to reign on us through slavery. Our ancestors experienced it, and until today, we have it fed up in our flesh, but it continues. People were deported, tortured, and again when they had their war, we supported them, but they paid us in monkey money. Others were killed when they tried to stake their claim. Several of them died in their village as a result of the war. Never recognized the work of the African. Our mission is first of all to awaken Africa and do better, so that you from the diaspora can make people understand what Africa is. When I see you, united in this association, I feel even more proud because that's all we are asking for today. Our fight is to be able to unite, because united we are strong, divide we are weak. They have always worked to divide us, so I urge you to spread the message so that Africa can unite it. And at some point, we had to say enough is enough, that we are fed up. We have taken our responsibilities and we realize today more than ever that we were right to take our responsibilities. Because these armies that were installed here were never able at any time to monitor our territory, to see the terrorists who came to kill us and leave with all the means they had when we asked them to leave. Today, we were able to acquire an array of means that allow us to wage our war and ward off the threat, and contain it. I would say, we were able to equip our forces and replenish our armies. They don't necessarily like it, and they will create other schemes, but we are here and we will stand. Thanks to you we will always stand up, because the African spirit is resilience. We have suffered enough. The first thing you could do for Africa is through spreading the positive message that enough looting, enough deaths, it's time for us to unite and work. We only ask to live with dignity, and to live free. to pass the message to raise awareness. Some leaders always try to put their people to sleep and continue to plunder their people for the benefit of the West. It must stop. And who is better than you to pass this message to the different peoples? Africa must wake up, young people must wake up. Everything needs to be done in Africa. Look at how our cities are. We can also develop our health and education systems. We can develop everything. So in this rich diaspora, we have all the specialties today. In Burkina, we are thinking about setting up a polytechnic university just to train scientific engineers, and I think you will be welcome because as long as we will not train the youth, so that we ourselves can produce and process our produce here on site, we will always remain slaves. Sovereignty is a whole, and we are fighting for food self-sufficiency. Those who can invest in the agri-food industry to process our products here, you are welcome. We produce everything here, everything grows on our soil, and those who want to invest in agriculture are welcome. Those who want to invest in processing are welcome. Education. We want to transform our education because the formatting that we are currently experiencing is from the school they had channeled to us, so that the intellectuals for most parts cannot think about leaving the furrows that they have traced. Thank God, consciences are awakening. We need more. We need to change the education system. You are welcome on that. And there are many other paths. They were looting our wealth, but today we are regaining control and we are never going to leave our wealth behind. Because we want to live. We want to see our children cared for, educated, grow in peace and live in a healthy environment. So, we are open and you will be welcome in Africa to develop your continent, to unite your continent, and spread the message of this unity. It's very important. Continue to spread the message so that young people can wake up. Let them no longer let us leaders make them slaves for others. This must not be allowed. There are certain countries today to which we want to send messages, but I think that your voices even carry more, because you are ambassadors, and wherever you are, whether in America, in Europe, or in the Caribbean, you are ambassadors, and when you speak, it can awaken some, and I urge you to speak. This is the mission I entrust to you, to wake up the continent. Enjoy your stay, and may God accompany you.
Let's just take this moment to give a big round of applause for Burkina Faso. I am so very proud of all of the efforts that Burkina Faso is making to uplift their country. They are not only working to uplift their country and the citizens of their country, Burkina Faso is doing an amazing job at being very transparent about the challenges that do exist in the country. They're not saying, hey, this is a perfect country and all should come and invest, but they're saying, listen, there are many challenges here in the country. But not only is the president working to correct these challenges each and every day, but the people of Burkina Faso are also working equally as hard to see a better Burkina Faso. And I feel like this is a country that we need to stand behind. We need to uplift them. And we need to go run over there and get our citizenship and help assist in their efforts of creating a better country. Because ultimately, Burkina Faso being liberated is us black people being liberated everywhere. They have really been taking a stance against Western colonization, against oppression, against exploitation, and they are saying no more. We are standing strong and we are standing with a voice and we are taking back our natural resources. We are taking back our power and we are taking back our dignity for our people. Burkina Faso understands the mission that black people deserve to be liberated, especially when we have suffered for generations and generations and generations. And now it seems that that is finally coming to a halt here with Burkina Faso, and we can put our hope in them. And also our hope in ourselves as we navigate our way to Burkina Faso to help them uplift the country and become a part of the solution and no longer a part of the problem. We are praying for a United States of Africa, and I know that someday soon it will happen. It's not a matter of when, it's not a matter of if, but it's a matter of when, and it will happen very soon. Burkina Faso standing up to Western oppression and saying the chains are coming off, whether you like it or not, is really giving Black people a voice. It's helping us to find ourselves again, our true identity, and no longer submitting to the picture that they have painted us to be all of this time. I pray that more and more of us accept this invitation of citizenship and bring our resources, bring our wealth, bring our knowledge, bring our thoughts, bring our ideas to help create a better Burkina Faso. President Ibrahim Traoré is just so extremely humble, and for him to welcome the diaspora with open arms, it's just incredible. He really sees a vision, not only for the betterment of Burkina Faso, but for the betterment of Black people everywhere. And he has been working diligently to bring that vision and that mission to pass. And it's about time that we assist him in his efforts, get behind him, and show him our support for risking his life, because that's what he's doing on a daily for all of us to help liberate us. And I keep saying this over and over again, but so many of our great leaders have been assassinated. And it's time we stand up and say, not this time around. We have to band together, come together, and make this possible. If we don't come together and stand up as one people and we remain divided, guess what? They will continue to conquer. We have to stand up with a voice, stand strong, and stand firm in this war. Because it is a war. Maybe not a physical war, but it's a mental war. And this time around, it's time for us to win. Our people deserve this. Our ancestors deserve this. We are an amazing people with incredible hearts, intelligent minds, and we are extremely skillful. The world has been telling us a different story for so long, but now we are taking our story back, and we are telling our version of the story from our narrative and our perspective. It's not the responsibility of another race to tell the story of the African, but it is the responsibility of the African to tell his own story. President Ibrahim Traoré has made great strides so far. He has made tuition free for all students, and what a celebration that was for Burkina Faso. He has also contributed to the local agricultural industry by supplying the necessary machines and equipment that they need in order to thrive. He has banned the wigs. And if y'all have not heard about these wigs, so y'all remember way back when the judges used to wear these white wigs on top of their head? Can you believe that was still a thing here in Africa? He has officially banned that. He had me sold. Because I could never figure out, why are these Black people wearing these blonde wigs on top of their head? It just made no sense to me. So I am so glad that he took a stance and got rid of that mess. He implemented the wearing of traditional African attire for all judicial personnel, and that I absolutely love. He has also just recently banned used clothing from America into Burkina Faso, and he could not have done this quick enough. This is only a few of the many accomplishments that President Traoré has accomplished thus far. He has also done so much more than this, and it will only continue to get better. He is focused and he is on a mission, and he knows exactly what that mission is and what his purpose is in this moment. And for that, I am so grateful. Nana Kwa and I will be coming live this Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to discuss in depth the process of obtaining citizenship in Burkina Faso. You do not want to miss this live. Nana Kwa is addressing all questions, he's taking all comments, and he will give you first-hand access on how to contact him if you have any additional questions. So make sure that you mark your calendars and tune in this Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for tuning in to today's video. If this is your first time here on this channel, let me take a moment to say welcome. And please consider hitting that subscribe button before you leave. Also, we now have a shop right here on YouTube, Sacred Minerals, or you can visit sacredminerals.org where we have a full selection of all of our products. We also now have membership levels. So please consider supporting the channel's efforts and becoming a member. I thank you so much, and I will see y'all on this Sunday's Live.